So first of all, I think we can all agree that Chrissy Teigen has been a particularly horrible person online. Because yes, a lot of people have said mean things on Twitter, but to chase people into their DMs, yo man, that's like Mike Tyson coming to punch you one more time at home after the fight. It's pretty f***ed up. Because let's be real, Chrissy Teigen was far from the only asshole on Twitter. Right? Yeah, she might have been one of the biggest and one of the best at it.
Another one.
National TV to do this whole bit repeatedly at the expense of a 16-year-old grooming victim. She's in her mid-20s. Sorry. Now, me saying that is not me saying you have no room to make mistakes. What I'm saying is if we're talking about somebody comfortable with telling a child to kill themselves who's already in their mid-20s, that's when age stops being an excuse. Any manner of dumb things I can understand growing out of that mentality, because your 20s are formative years, but being so comfortable with tagging someone on Twitter and saying go to sleep forever and you're 26, age has nothing to do with that.
Another one.
And I was looking in the comments and it's a bunch of sassy white women, a bunch of women who feel like Chrissy Teigen says what they want to be able to say, but they can't say it because of whatever reason. That is who Chrissy Teigen put on for. So Chrissy Teigen 100% benefited from that. That's why all of these apologies that keep coming out from Chrissy Teigen fall on deaf ears for me, because I'm just like, girl, you mad because you got caught, because people have come to you. Like, it's not like this was a big expose on Chrissy Teigen. Like, people have said this. People have said, well, how do you explain the Quinjane tweet, the Courtney? How do you, and people have come to her and been like, this is kind of weird. And Chrissy Teigen has paid it no mind, because Chrissy Teigen knew the fruit that comes from this is way more than anything y'all.
Another one.
This situation with Courtney reaches back to 2011, and a lot of things that Chrissy would send to Courtney were really just a lot. So recently, Courtney said that Chrissy would send them DMs telling them to kill themselves, which at the time, Courtney was only 16 when Chrissy was sending her that. They said that Chrissy wouldn't just send her DMs, but she would also send out tweets like, Courtney Stoughton, my Friday fantasy, you dirt nap, baby. And according to Courtney, other tweets would also come out like, I can't wait for you to die. While the start of this bullying from Chrissy is unclear, at the time, Courtney was being criticized for being 16 and married to a then 50-year-old actor named Doug Hutcherson, which was signed off by her mother, and she gave them permission to be married. Now, this is a unique marriage, of course, and Chrissy probably did have some few words to say about it. Now, Chrissy had a whole lot more to say with things like, I hate you, and asking if Courtney had family, even going to the extent to ask them if they were on drugs, because she claimed that they looked like an idiot, even comparing their Facebook being shut down for being allegedly too sexy to Nazis being called mean bullies. I mean, Chrissy literally had so much negative stuff to say about Courtney, it was just too much. But literally everyone's mouths were on the floor with the stuff that she was tweeting.
Another one.
Where she wrote, I'm bored. Really want to watch kids give birth. Where can I watch teens giving birth? MTV? I mean, that doesn't make sense, but I'll try. Actually, that actress, remember in 2013, she was literally getting an Oscar that night for her performance. She is a young girl, and Chrissy Teigen is making fun of her, calling her cocky. It's clear to me that Chrissy definitely doesn't have that, like, stand up for women mentality or, like, feminism mentality, because she always makes fun of other women, even children women, little girls.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Chrissy is married to fucking John Legend. I am so confused on why someone like John Legend didn't divorce this woman, didn't at least separate from this woman. I feel like you can stand by your woman or your partner, but to stand by while she berates, belittles, and degrades multiple women for no fucking reason all the time, and to the extent that she does it, is insane to me. A lot of people mostly focus on Chrissy's actions, as you should, because she's the one who said them, she is the one responsible, she said them for years and years and years. But it also made me look at John a little funny, to the point where I actually deleted all his music off my phone, and I don't support anything he does.
Because how can you stand by Mary and continue to show off and go to events with this woman, and she's so disgusting from the inside out? Like, she really is just a very spiteful, bitter woman, and it seems like her age is something that always plays a factor in it. She seems very like tense and upset towards younger women or very attractive women. I personally don't find Chrissy attractive. I never have, but it seems like she doesn't find herself attractive, and it seems like the way she handles that is by attacking other women. Even her apology was kind of some bullshit, the way she just goes on about, oh, I'm so glad. Well, she basically makes it seem like she's excited that she gets to be, you know, shown out as this bad person so she can self-reflect. Even no way that she's happy about the fact that she got blasted and pulled from different brands and got canceled, and that people are holding her accountable for her actions. But the gall and the audacity for her to be like, oh, you know, not a lot of people are lucky for this to happen to, like, there's no way she's happy about that. It just shows that she further does not take responsibility or even care about this. She just wants it all swept under the rug, and how ignorant she is. And I think really she's just like a petty, spiteful bitch, and I'm glad that she got canceled from a lot of shit. One of the reasons I went and screenshotted comments from the comment sections of the videos I included in my video is because I think it's very important to include people's feelings, thoughts, and stories, because some people don't have YouTube channels and some people don't want to just, you know, make videos on it. But I think it is important to include people's thoughts and feelings of different ages and genders and races on how they feel about this woman, because a lot of stuff she did was like things women go through every single day that she was making very harsh remarks about, or just antagonizing people. And I think it's important to share everybody's views. Next on the dumbass celebrity list, poll votes. Okay, are we talking about Kylie and Tyga? No, but we will come back to Tyga later. We are talking about Nicki Minaj and her predators. No, not her and her brother, but her and her husband, Kenneth. Now, as far as this one does go, I would like to say, if you do watch my other videos or you have seen my other videos, I have talked briefly or a little in depth about me being assaulted when I was younger by my friend's older sister. I was raped for about 2 years, and then I was assaulted a few Thanksgivings ago by a man. So it is very personal for me, and it does, like, I will be going at this one more aggressively because it does hit home for me, being assaulted twice, and that Nicki Minaj has been so careless, and I did look up to her, and her being so reckless and careless with people's feelings, especially the feelings of the victim. Oh, one more thing. I would also like to say I was assaulted when I was a teenager by an older teenager, and that means absolutely nothing. She knew exactly what she was doing, and it actually assaulted multiple other people. So trying to bring age into it, that they were just children and that they were dating, you can get raped by somebody that you're dating or married to.
Minaj's husband was arrested last year in California for not registering as a person who has, you know, offender or whatever. I can't say the words on YouTube, but anyways, he failed to register, so he was arrested. So Jennifer and, you know, her family members are claiming that after he was arrested, that now Nicki Minaj and the husband are trying to get in contact with her to have her recant. So I'm guessing that they could just like get rid of this whole like case so that he doesn't have to register, because I guess Nicki Minaj doesn't want to be with someone who's a registered, you know, SO. The lawsuit claims at first Miss Hugh, Jennifer Hugh, was offered $20,000 in exchange for signing a prepared statement recanting the accusation. That's kind of crazy. Like, already prepared. Just sign right here, please. We'll give you $20,000. Just sign right here, and we'll be on our way. Then she claims that she got a ton of calls from people who she believed to be associated with the couple. Jennifer shares that her own family was trying to force her to attend a court hearing and to request the charges to be dropped because they were facing so much like heat and harassment just in the neighborhood. She actually left New York City for years because of this. She actually says she didn't expect this to come back and slap her in the face 20 years later.
But I did want to say that I already said this in a different video, but due to the fact that I've been filming all day and the videos are being put in different orders in which I filmed them, I did want to go ahead and just say, you know, like do an insert video and explain a little bit more in depth that I went under the videos and like screenshotted the comments, because it is really important to see how a lot of other people feel. Because like I said before, like I said in a voiceover in a different video, in a different clip of this segment, that people don't have YouTube channels. Some people don't want to post this on social media. Some people don't want to, you know, turn on the camera and say how they feel, or even not even that they don't want to, maybe they don't feel comfortable, but typing it under the comment section they feel comfortable. So I feel like it is so important to not only see how your favorite YouTubers feel about something or how other celebrities feel about something, but everyday people also, how they really feel and how it impacted them and how it helped them. And like I said in the voiceover that I did for this video, you know, I was assaulted for 2.5 years by a teenager. She was about 3 or 4 years older than me, and it doesn't matter, Romeo, it doesn't matter that we were kids, it doesn't matter that we were teenagers, like we were old enough to know that was wrong. You know, you get taught at a young age when people are screaming, that's a bad thing. When people are saying no, when people are fighting you, when people are hitting you, when people are scratching you, trying to get them off of you, it's a bad thing. So like I've watched the videos with Nikki saying, oh, they were kids, they were teenagers, she's explained it multiple times that they were kids, they were teenagers, and it's just like, you know, the woman now, but the girl that assaulted me then, you know, when we were kids, you know, teenagers, whatever, she knew me hitting her, she knew me asking her to stop, she knew me telling her I didn't want this to happen, she knew that me getting uncomfortable, she knew telling me that if I didn't do this with her, she'd kill herself, she knew cutting herself and telling me that it was my fault, she knew that was manipulation, she was, sorry, she knew that like all of that was wrong. She knew that all of that was wrong. So for Nikki to continuously say, oh, they were 16, well, the girl who did that to me was 16 and she knew exactly what she was doing. She went on to assault a few of my other friends. She went to assault different kids, different girls in the neighborhood. She went on to assault one of her little cousins. So it's like, what do you mean? And just like Kenneth, he went on to do more aggressive, horrific crimes. So
I should have never married him because now you've ruined everything about what your brand could be again. You're never gonna stand a chance when you're with a man who pulls a knife at rape point, you know, and you're never gonna stand a molester, a registered sex offender who wasn't even, you're never going to stand a chance with John Q. Public because there's only one thing worse than touching children and pulling knives, and that's murder. By the way, he did go to jail for manslaughter. I
don't understand why when kids are, you know, raping other kids at 15, 16, 17, 18, they're like, oh, the kids, they didn't know. Or, you know, they were young, dumb, that's what the kids do. They don't understand what's going on. When you were 15, 14, 16, 17, and you hold somebody down and force yourself upon them and do something sexual to them, or even like a few Thanksgivings ago when I was raped, you know, shoving somebody, scratching somebody, saying no, screaming, pushing, shoving, you know it's fucking wrong. You know it's fucking wrong. Like, I don't care how old you are, you know it's fucking wrong. So, and then just like with the person who assaulted me, and then what Kenneth did, they go on to do horrible crimes. Like, I was unaware until years later when the court cases came out and when people were talking about it at my school and in my neighborhood, or when I found out my other friends were being assaulted, that not only was it me, but it was multiple other people, younger and older, and then it was her cousin, her little cousin, that she also did it to. So it's like, and then Kenneth, he goes on to have killing people, going in and out of jail, in and out of prison for various other crimes. So it's like, you guys say, oh, the kids, they didn't know what they were doing, or Nikki is like, oh, you know, they were kids, so they're kids and they didn't know what they were doing, but they're 16, you can legally drive a car, and then an 18, you're a grown adult, so that's 2 years away. So, and then this is the thing, so if they don't know what they're doing, or you know how like the brain isn't fully developed till 25, some people are just fucked up. It doesn't matter how old they are, it doesn't matter what counseling will do, some people are just fucked up. Some people, there is no changing them. Some people, there is no fixing them. That's just who the fuck they are. It's a chemical imbalance. That's just who the fuck they are. Because like I said, she went on from me and then turned 16, still bothering, still holding me, turned 17, hold other people, turned 18, still holding other people, turned 19, still holding people. So Kenneth turned 17, still was holding people, turned 18, still holding people, turned 19, 20, 21, 25, still going to jail, still going to prison, still holding people, still doing shit he's not supposed to do. So when it gets to that point, or if you want to say, oh, they're kids, they don't know what happens when they turn 18 and they're still raping and killing people. What happens when they turn 20 and they're still raping and killing people? What happens when they turn 25 and they're still holding people? They're still causing pain, fear against people. Like, what are you saying then? What are you saying? Then they're not just kids. That's just who the fuck they are. That's just who the fuck they are. And I would also like to say how fucking horribly irresponsible, and I wish it was actually illegal for her to have had a child with this man. I don't understand how you can have a child with a murderer and a rapist, and then you preach about wanting to help people, and you preach about mental wellness and mental health, and you preach about women standing together. How is you, especially having a son with a jackass like this, going to do anything good for women? I'm not saying that he could potentially come out that way, but what would you teach him? You have a rapist, and I didn't even know he could be around a child, okay? But you have a rapist and a murderer helping you raise a son, and you think your husband is a good guy. What good could this child do for the world? What could you possibly teach this child that we need spread out into the world? What could either one of you possibly teach this innocent soul? You're gonna taint it. You're literally, having a child with this man was the most irresponsible thing I think she could have done. And I know this was like a long rant and a long insult video, but like I said, like this one really hit me hard. Really hit me hard, from being assaulted a few years ago to being assaulted 4 years when I was a teenager. There's just absolutely no excuse. When I was a teenager, there's just no reason to hold somebody down or use a weapon, or somebody is scratching you, somebody is screaming, somebody is begging you, whether you're dating them or not. I wholeheartedly believe if you are married to somebody, man or woman, or if you were assaulted by a man or a woman, it doesn't matter if you're dating them or married to them, anybody can assault anybody. And the fact that she went on to not only marry this man, but then have a child with him, and then get mad at the victim for speaking out, and get mad at us for being upset, it's just insane. But Nicki Minaj has always kind of been a clown, and I'll bring that up later in the video, but she's always kind of just made clown goofy ass decisions. And the longer I look at her career, I'm starting to realize she never really was the shit. Because if you think about it, like Remy Ma was in jail, Cardi B wasn't famous yet, Snow the Product hadn't blown up yet, Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion hadn't blown up yet, Sweetie hadn't blown up yet. So it's like, who was her competition? Who was her real competition? Lil' Kim went off to change her face and have a child, or whatever the fuck she went off and did, destroyed her body. But it's like, Nicki Minaj really didn't have any competition, so of course you are the best female rapper when there's no other female rappers, for real. Like when one of the other best female rappers is in prison, the other female rappers, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, they haven't blown up yet. So they don't exist for real. And then you saw what happened when Cardi B came on the surface. Nope, like Nicki Minaj, literally half of her fans went to fucking Cardi B. You saw what happened when Doja Cat came on the scene. Everybody loves Doja Cat. She can just sing, she can dance, she can rap, she can do all this. And then Megan Thee Stallion literally took the fuck over. So it's like, and then even Sweetie's coming back into the game. So it's like, and then when Remy Ma got out, she started doing music again. So I think the thing with Nicki Minaj was she was only really the best rapper because she didn't have a competition. Of course you win the race when there's nobody else to race. If you're running, like, you know, if you're playing basketball and you're the only person on the court, of course you won the game. If you are running track and you are sprinting but there was no other competitors, of course you won the race. You're not racing against anybody. But then once Nicki Minaj got some real competition, once she got Cardi, once she got Megan, once she got Doja, once she got Sweetie, once Remy got out, once Lil' Kim came back, like she couldn't compete. Don't compete where you don't compare. She like literally was just the only female rapper for real that was really out here every single day, all day. I feel like, so it's like, and then Young M.A, once Young M.A really hit the scene and she blew up, I don't even like, even before Nicki married Kenneth or whatever, I don't even think I was playing Nicki like that, just because, for what? Once you really break down her lyrics and listen to her and look at like other things she does, like fucking with Mariah Carey, fucking with Lady Gaga, fucking with Miley Cyrus, overall Nicki Minaj just isn't a good person, and she's not even a good rapper for real. So it's like I said, like of course she was like the #1 female rap artist. There was nobody else for her to rap really against. And then once all of these new waves of female rappers came in, now it's like, now she wants to retire and now she's not really doing music. Of course you cannot compete where you don't compare, but that's a whole different video. But anyway guys, thank you guys so much, and let's get back to it.
Zoo Petty, who also goes by the name of Zubang. He's a 40-year-old father of 5 who is also a convicted rapist. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on, a convicted rapist? Yes, a convicted rapist. There is an Instagram page named Official WAP Juices who posted his criminal record and showed that he was convicted of rape when he was 16 years old. At the age of 16, he violently raped another 16-year-old girl and used a knife in the process.
TMZ first reported that Petty was arrested by U.S. Marshals last week on an indictment for failing to register as a sex offender. Per court documents obtained by Access Hollywood, Petty pleaded not guilty and was released on a $100,000 bond with a trial date set for April 28th. Petty is required to submit to electronic monitoring, and his travel was restricted to Southern California.
Now, he committed this crime in his teens, and you think that he would change and better himself, but no. This man has been locked up multiple times since then, even as early as this year.
Like I said, people who commit the crime of rape are just overall not good people and not good for society. Therefore, I believe they should stay in jail because they either go on to continue to rape people or they continue to hold people in other ways or other fashions. So I cannot for the life of me understand how not only does she defend it, but she goes after the victim, attacking the victim constantly when the victim has suffered through something that she's going to have to deal with for her whole life already.
Nicki Minaj still was promoting him on her Instagram page. She was posting pictures with him and giving him shout outs on her social media page and said, "I love making y'all mad. No one on social media has ever sinned. They are all perfect."
Hey guys, let's get into it. Okay, so why is she making it seem like her husband stole a pack of gum out of a grocery store or a gas station? Like, why is she making it seem like what he did wasn't one of the worst ways you can mentally, physically, and emotionally destroy a person? Like, I'm confused on why she's like, oh, like, people have never made a mistake, people have never sinned. Your husband raped somebody when they were a child. Like, when they were 16, already going through different emotions, already trying to figure shit out. And then he went on to kill a whole bunch of people. And then your dumb potato head ass looking had a baby with him. Why is she making it seem like he did something like so little and so stupid? You took a knife, put it up to this woman, and forced your dick inside of her. And then you went on to take lives of other people. What is Nicki Minaj? And then she's like, I love making y'all mad. You love marrying a rapist and having a baby with him. You love marrying a murderer after he raped it. Like, what are you talking about? So the very people, your fans, the very people that built you, the very people that let you, the very people that, you know, gave you the opportunity to travel around the world, perform on different stages, drive Lamborghinis, live in a big house, take vacation whenever you want, the very people who gave you this lifestyle by buying your music, buying your perfume, buying all your merchandise, you know, supporting you, you love making them mad. You don't think out of all your female fans or even your male fans, like, somebody hasn't been sexually assaulted, but you want to be in the know so bad. You want to have like this power, you want to be married, you're so fucking desperate. And that's what I'm saying. She's always come off to me as like desperate and pathetic, but this is like beyond me, because now she's like throwing it back in the people who made her spaces. Like, he did this little petty crime like it's not nothing. You know, maybe she doesn't think it's anything because she also supported her brother for being a rapist, but that's gonna have to be like a whole other video. But like, honestly, when she was putting out those tweets, I just couldn't believe like the audacity of her acting so nonchalant about it. Obviously she's never been assaulted, you know, like I said in the video, like when I came and, you know, did another video for this, like, it's not anything to play around with. I dream about it. I can be eating cereal and think about it. I can be driving to work and think about it. I can, you know, and somebody who was assaulted when they were a teenager, like, your emotions are already all over the place. You're already stressed out about different things. You already have so much going on internally. You're trying to figure out who you are. You don't know what's going on. Like, you have all these different little moods, and then you get assaulted. And then I didn't even come out and tell my parents I was assaulted. I was assaulted for a couple years. I didn't even come out and tell them that until like years and years after. And then I couldn't imagine if the woman, and then okay, for example, the guy who raped me a few years ago, he's trying to be a rapper. He was one of my friends. He's trying to be a rapper. if he fucking made it as a rapper and then people, or if he went and married like fucking Doja Cat or Megan Thee Stallion, and then they were telling me like, and then thousands of people that support Doja Cat or Megan Thee Stallion were telling me, oh, it's not that serious, let it go, it happened years ago. Like, just because he married some bobblehead rapper bitch, like, I would be insanely crushed and disappointed. And I don't understand how women want to support women and all this shit, and then they go and still listen to this bitch's music. Like, I just don't understand any of that.
They piss champagne and walk on streets of gold. Everyone on social media is now a sidekick. They not only tell the future, but the past too. They are your judge and jury and executioner. I never met these perfect people in real life though. They exist only on social media. And Nicki pointed at herself and said troll. So basically Nicki was defending him, but she was also saying that she was, hey baby, if I was you, I wouldn't post Zoo on your page. He said he slutted you out and you effed everyone in the hood. He said you was Tweety's girl and you was sucking his privates while you was with Tweety. And he said he slapped the mess out of you. She also showed a text message that she had with Kenneth, and she was basically getting mad at Kenneth for messing around with Nicki, and he said, grow up, I'm trying to get us a bag. Grow up, I'm trying to get us a bag. Grow up, I'm trying to get us a bag.
Sis read it. I don't know what they talking about Photoshop, but sis read the DM.
So Nicki definitely got the warning. How
I want to show y'all this video of Quavo at his listening party where he has this skit played where this woman is opening up a Chanel box. She's super excited, and it's very reminiscent of the time Nicki Minaj put on her Instagram of herself being excited about a Chanel gift that she got from somebody, and that somebody apparently was Quavo because he's sitting up here making fun of it at his listening party. Check this video out.
This corner right here, this is the first step of Huncho Reality. It's called Huncho Dreams, and let's do it.
See, I'm sorry, Nicki just mad goofy for this. Like, shorty, calm down, calm down. Over your fuck buddy though? Like, over a nigga like that's not even claiming you though?
Alright, y'all saw that. So clearly Quavo is poking fun.
Okay, so I just wanted to go ahead and put put up some of the lyrics of the song, and I just don't understand why this woman insists on looking so silly. I think like the desperation that she beholds within herself is just insane, and that's why she gets herself in these ridiculous ass situations, and that's why these men are able to have her out here looking crazy.
Left the boy no options. I wanna see my niggas go insane. You gon' make me step out of my fucking frame.
Okay, so let me just start out by saying when this fucking song came out, I was in a hookah lounge the first time I heard this song, and we broke the fuck loose to this song. This has to be one of the only diss tracks that I party to. Well, I'm telling you guys, when we hold this song, like I was a teenager, when we hold this song, this was a fucking party song. That's how hard that song was going. This diss track was a fucking hit, bar for fucking bar. Like most times you hear diss tracks and you're like, okay, that was cool, but you don't play it as like a song for a party. Like we was in the hookah lounges, we was at clubs, we was at bars, we was at kickbacks. Like we was like really fucking vibing to this song. Like it was a real, like it wasn't even a diss track. It was really some real shit to get pumped up to get hyped to get high to get drunk to. Like Drake really did his shit on this. Not only does rape cause mental, emotional, and physical problems, but assault often causes a domino effect of other and potential lifetime issues, and I think it's really important for you guys to see how detrimental this is to not only other people witnessing Nicki make a joke of it, and then what Jennifer has gone through and continues to go through because of Nicki's antics.
Clock ticking and low-key competing with Cardi. I'm a fan, so I peeped how suddenly she wanted to be with a real street dude who's actually gang affiliated with the Bloods. Cardi is supposedly Blood and has connections. Cardi has a gorgeous baby, married Offset, and fans really like them, so Nicki felt like revamping her image. But not for the better. That definitely makes a lot of sense. But hey, Nicki will do what she wants. It seems like she's willing to do anything to defend Kenneth, even to the extent where she tried to silence his victim. After Kenneth's ex, who goes by the name of Jennifer, spoke out by suing Petty, Nicki's people spent months trying to force her to do so, going so far as to offer hundreds of thousands of dollars on their behalf to silence her. But Jennifer came with real receipts to shut down Nicki as she confirmed that she'd been in contact with the US Marshals, who recently told her that they found actual evidence in regards to what happened in 1995. One fan wrote, "No matter how much you like Nicki's music, it's wrong to sweep her actions under the rug. She's literally accused victims of lying and even tried to buy their silence. You can still like her music, but you don't need a degree in morality and ethics from Harvard to understand that Nicki is in the wrong here. For once, stans need to take off their rose-colored glasses and hold their faves accountable."
Honestly, I think Nicki Minaj is like real desperate for this one. I think she's real nasty. She's definitely not a role model. And I think beyond anything else, she's really competing with Cardi B right now, or just in general. I feel like because Cardi B has that, you know, she's a mom, she's a wife, she's a, you know, a successful artist. Everything that it took Nicki Minaj 10 years to do, Cardi literally did in a couple of years once she blew up. So I feel like Cardi, you know, got in the game, got married, had the life, had the success, and Nicki Minaj wanted then all of a sudden be a family woman. So, but she, because of her failed past relationships with Quavo, Safari, Meek Mill, she wanted somebody she could control a little better, or who depended on her, she knew better or knew from the past. Real quick, can we talk about how Nicki was trying to call out Tyga with the Pole Vote 17 thing on her shirt and then married a fucking rapist? Like, bitch, where do you get the audacity? Where do you get the fucking gall to try to call out Tyga and then marry a rapist? Like, are you joking? It's insane to me how willing people are to defend celebrities. Like, you people act like you know these celebrities when most celebrities don't give a fuck about you guys. They constantly show you how much money and power they have, and that they can say and do whatever the fuck they want constantly, and that your feelings really mean nothing to them. It's insane that people feel like they have to defend and go to the core for Nicki Minaj because she makes you guys some good music, when you have women like Jennifer and other women and men who have been assaulted assaulted by some of your favorite celebrities who come out and tell those stories, and it's way more relatable to relate to somebody who's been assaulted or harassed or hoped by somebody else than it is to relate to a fucking celebrity who comes in and out of the country at free will. It just, like I said, it makes no sense to me how you guys are die hard for these celebrities, but when you see somebody who's really in pain, who really needs your help, you look the other eye because Nicki makes you some fucking music for a couple years? Like, it doesn't make any sense. This woman chose to marry a murderer, chose to marry a rapist. I'll just never understand how you guys can choose the side of these celebrities when they do the most horrific, horrendous shit just because they act in some fucking movies, just because they, you know, post some fucking pictures on Instagram, because they make you guys some fucking music when they've done horrible shit to people, and these people that they've done these things to want to fucking die every day. Like, you guys scream about mental health. It's just insane that you guys sit here and talk about mental health this, mental health that, and you see this woman crying and scared and upset because she's being harassed, but because Nicki Minaj wrote you guys a few good songs and wrote you guys a couple albums, you guys want to be up her ass and not recognize the shit her and her husband are doing is wrong. She could have married anybody. She could have a child by anybody. She travels all over the world. She knows many, many people, and she chose to have a child with a predator. She chose to have a child with someone who raped somebody. So all the backlash she's getting, she knew it was coming, and she, as usual, thought you guys would overlook it. I would also like to tell you guys about something else I went through, about how one of my sister's boyfriends tried to come on to me and tell me he wanted to do things with me that I didn't want to do, and then threatened to assault me. And after having countless amounts of evidence, my sister only apologized to me and, you know, told everybody in the family that she was lying about everything she said about me, only when he admitted to everything, regardless of all my evidence, regardless of knowing he was wrong, regardless of knowing he had been saying and doing things that were inappropriate for years, only apologized when he admitted to absolutely everything. So once again, people who protect predators, people who protect rapists, I just have like a very strong aggression towards, due to things in my personal life, due to friends that have committed suicide because of rape, stories I've read because of rape, family members who have been assaulted, and then my own sister not protecting me from her boyfriend. I take this shit very seriously. So anybody who defends her when Nicki literally could have chosen anybody and decided to choose a rapist, I just absolutely cannot deal with, and I cannot, you know, fathom the idea of why she would choose him, and I can't like even comprehend why somebody would defend her or continue to promote her music. And it actually makes me look at different celebrities funny. I saw a picture, and I don't know if it was real or not because it was on social media, but I saw a picture of Rihanna with Nicki Minaj, and honestly, it's to the point where Nicki is so disgusting with this whole situation that any celebrity that fucks with Nicki Minaj or continues to do music with Nicki Minaj, I cannot listen to, and I cannot promote, I cannot have anything to do with, due to like how horrible the things I've gone through, the things friends have gone through, the things stories I've read and done research on. I just cannot protect or listen to anybody or even try to understand why somebody would protect a rapist in any way, shape, or form.
You put the kitty to spell pride. You bitches can't even spell summer. Attention! This is how bad bitches steal from the store. Y'all bitches can't even spell still. S-T-I-L-L.
This is how a bad bitch leave the welfare office when they just got approved for their food stamps. Half you bitches can't even spell food stamps. Get into it.
Attention, baby. Half you people can't even afford a hotel, let alone spell one, baby. You spell it with an M, baby. That's a motel, baby. We better go into the hotel, baby. Yeah.
Attention! This is how bad bitches greet their man when he comes home from his job. Most of y'all bitches ain't even got a man.
This is how bad bitches go to the pool. Half y'all can't even spell pool.
Attention! This is how bad hitters leave New York and go to Prague. You moms can't even spell Prague.
Attention! This is how bad aunties go from LA to Prague, and I'm actually in Prague. You other aunties can't even spell Prague.
Hey guys, that was just me clowning Nikki, but honestly, I want you guys to realize how traumatizing this to other rape victims and Jennifer, and see that even just because Nikki's a celebrity doesn't mean she should be able to just bully and manipulate this woman because she decided to marry a rapist.
Show Jennifer and Tyrone. Jennifer, I know this is not an easy thing for you to do, so we're going to take our time. After being silent for so long, why are you here speaking up today?
I'm tired of being afraid. I feel like the actions that were taken in regards to this whole situation have put me in a different type of fear at my age now, and it was wrong, and I don't want to be afraid anymore. So the only way not to be afraid is to continue to speak up.